Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to another session where we talk all things homeschool. I have these Instagram lives. They are called Homeschool Talks with Tanda. So we talk about different topics affecting parents. My name is Tanda Klaba. I am a homeschooling mama with 5 kids and I love sharing my journey here on YouTube, my journey with homeschooling, motherhood, and life in general. So if you're interested in that kind of content, just make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Please also follow me on social media. I'll leave all the links in the description box.
Hi guys.
On today's video, we're talking about a very important, I think, topic: socialization. People always ask, how do homeschooled kids socialize? So I hope you enjoy the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, share with your friends, and then I'll see you on the next one.
Hi guys.
Enjoy.
How are you? Can you hear me? Please wave. Hello, Lufuno. Lufuno is waving. Lufuno can hear me. How are you guys? Please wave if you can hear me. Hi, Reba.
Hi.
Is waving. Lufuno is waving. Reba is waving. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Good. Hi guys, welcome back to another segment of a Homeschool Talk with Tanda. Today I have a special guest, my sister. As you can see, she's here. This is Jardine. She's a fellow homeschooling mom. She has 2 beautiful daughters who are 6 years old and 4 years old. They are a Christian family. She's been married for close to 12 years now, which is like amazing. You know, it's crazy. Wow. We need advice. We need tips from you. Yes. So for people who are new, for someone who's joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Tanda and I'm sweating. My name is Tanda Klaba. I am a homeschooling mama with 5 kids. My kids are 7 years old, twins, and then I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and then a 1-year-old. So the reason we have this live chat basically is to talk about all issues relating to homeschool. So today we have a guest who will be helping us. I know these people, the people I'll be having here, they are experts, but I don't want you guys to take whatever we say here as from an expert. We're just here sharing our experience with you. So we're just giving advice based on what we have seen that worked for our families, and bearing in mind that what might work for my family might not work for your family. So just bear in mind when we're giving you guys tips or advice or anything, we're just giving you based on our personal experience. Okay, let's get on today's live. Reba, do you wanna greet everyone?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ona. That's like my little sister there.
Hi, Ona. Hi, Ona. Ona.
Yes.
Ona. Hi, Ona. Well,
hi, Lele too. Hi, Lufuno. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Reba, for agreeing to collaborate with me on this segment. I'm very excited about these lives, and I've received positive feedback from the people who have seen this, because we had my first live last week, and then I shared it on my YouTube channel. So people saw it on YouTube as well. So people are very excited and are looking forward to our discussion today. It seems like Reba is having a connection problem. Reba, can you still hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So I was just saying that. Yeah, I see. I was saying that I received positive feedback. So people are excited about this. People are looking forward to this. People are here. They want to learn. And you know, even families that are not homeschooling, they are here. They just want to get a different perspective to life, different perspective to homeschooling, you know. So today's topic, it's one of those things, or one of the concerns rather, that most parents are concerned about. Most parents are concerned about their children socializing with their peers. And in the past, I remember before COVID, it was a huge deal. Like, no ways, how can you homeschool because your kids won't interact with their peers? And then there was the pandemic, and then everyone was forced to stay at home. Everyone was forced to be with their family, and the parents were forced to be with just their kids. So everyone was like, oh my gosh, we thought this was important. The pandemic just showed us. But anyways, nonetheless, some people are still concerned about this. It's important. So Reba, I think you're gonna help us in unpacking this discussion. And you guys, if you in the comment section, please just leave comments, leave questions. I will read your questions, and then we'll try to answer as best as we can. And if you have any questions, maybe outside this topic, you can leave them down below. I will note them, and then on the future lives we can discuss those topics. Cool, right? Okay, I see everyone coming in. A lot of people are joining. Yeah, we have like 1,000 people joining us. Oh my gosh. So guys, let's confuse the algorithm, okay? So when you join, you just type in, say you're excited to be here, or you're greeting us, or whatever the case might be. Just type in something, and then go tell your friends about us. Sorry, I have my daughter here. Go. Okay, so we have lots of people.
There's already a question there.
I'm tired of playing, but you don't want to.
Okay, go play. I'm sorry, guys. My daughter.
Yeah.
Sorry
There's
about
already
that.
a question. Leletu asking, when is it the right time to start homeschooling? That's a question from Leletu.
Oh, very interesting, Leletu. When is the right time to start homeschooling? I'm going to note that, and then maybe let's first unpack this topic, and then we're gonna come to the questions. So I'm going to note that.
This Mrs. Tuso.
Right,
oh, Messi. Hi, Messi. Hi, sis. Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome. Yes, let's confuse the algorithm. Send those messages and invite your friends to join us. Yay! Okay, so like I've said, that people are very much concerned about socialization, homeschooling and socialization. So Reba, based on your experience from what you have heard, or some of the concerns that maybe you see or you hear from people, why are people so concerned?
I think firstly, we got used to the setup of socialization of what we used to know. For example, we knew that okay, kids go to school, they meet friends at school, they come back home, we do homework, it's bedtime, right? So not understanding that, like I think you said it nicely earlier when you said COVID came and we came to realize what is more important and what is not important, right? So I think the main thing is that or for me, the questions because we started thinking about homeschooling when our oldest daughter was basically a few months, it was a consideration, and that's because I felt inadequate. I felt like I don't know how, I don't know what, all those things. I don't want my kids to just be home the whole time, and but it was more of my selfish thinking. I don't want to be with the kids the whole day. It's going to be tiring. I need my space. I need all that, right? And because of some things like that, they were in preschool, right? For which amazing preschool in Pretoria, in Centurion actually. So it was more of a nursery, Christian nursery, which we still love today. So when COVID hit and everybody had to be home, it was just like, oh my gosh, when it becomes a Friday and you think the kids are going to be home for the whole weekend. We can't wait for Monday. That was actually the thing. Now COVID came, we are going to be home for this 20, what was it? Was it 20 days or 21 days? Yes. Yeah. And then I realized that, well, I need to start working on myself because these people are here to stay, and I need to fix myself. It became more about me, that I need to fix myself, learn to love my kids, in every moment of their lives. So I think the main consensus was like, when they're gonna get friends, they're gonna just be at home, they're gonna get bored and things like that. So I think that's where you need to start being more intentional in terms of socialization with your children. It's just about intentionality. Otherwise, they're gonna be home the whole day and so on. And I think we'll talk about what we do and how do I plan that. So in a nutshell, that's basically some of the things that are concerned, even to parents that kids go to school. They still want their kids to socialize, and how do we become intentional about that?
Wow. I like it when you're painting this whole picture, and you guys actually started at the wrong time. If you think about it, most places were closed. Even if you wanted to take your kids to a library, it was closed. If you wanted to take your kids to any place, it was closed. So you were actually forced to be with your kids in the house, because even when you're leaving, you were only leaving for essentials only. So that was a very interesting time to actually start doing it. Another question I have for you, Reba: why is socialization important to a child now? Like, for a child's development, why is this such a big deal?
So I personally don't think socialization should only be between peers, meaning my 6-year-old only needs to socialize with 6-year-olds or whatnot. I think generally it's more about relationship building. So meaning my 6-year-old can still build a relationship with a friend of mine that is an auntie to them. You know how our kids call our friends auntie, whoever, auntie, and so on. So I think just to break it down,
okay, it seems like we're losing Reba. I think it's the connection problem. And I think if we can
start understanding that,
but I like what
age group.
We lost you, Reba. We lost you somewhere there, but I heard the point that you were talking about building relationship, which I think is a very valid, very important point. We just lost you after that point.
Oh, sorry. So what I was saying was that I think if we can understand that it's not about 6-year-old with a 6-year-old, like meaning at school, they would have break times. Let's say break time would be 6-year-old or grade R's will have their own break time where they play with other grade R's. So I feel like for me, especially since we've started homeschooling, it has become more intentional to say that, oh, my child can still be with auntie whoever, and they can still learn, they can still build the relationship outside me and my husband building relationship with them. So it's much more than just my 6-year-old needs to play with 6-year-olds, although that also plays a role in terms of socialization, but it's bigger than that. So it's more about relationship building than just about hanging out with friends, or it should be meaningful, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I really like that point, because like you're saying, your 6-year-old can be friends or interact with an adult, and they can learn from those people. Also, your 6-year-old can play with a 2-year-old and they can teach them. And that is also good for both for both children, for the young one and also for the old one, because whatever that they have learned, they can pass it on to their younger sibling, or maybe to their cousin or whoever. I like that. Another question is, okay, now this one is personal. How do you, or maybe you can personalize it, or you can just generalize as a parent. How do you make sure as a parent, as a homeschooling parent, that your child is socializing with the peers or with older people or younger kids? But how do you make sure? How do you do it?
So for us, we let me talk about in more the 2021, because 2022 is still starting for us. We start slow, we still like pedaling into it and so on. So because I think it was March or April, then we had to move from Pretoria to coming into Mpumalanga. So it was a little bit difficult in terms of starting to get to know people, that my kids, other moms that my kids are same age for going to a play park, and so on. So my kids, the one is doing ballet and the other one is doing acrobats. So already there was some kind of interaction with kids. They are same age as them because of the activities that they are doing. And we go to church. There's that engagement with other kids. So it wasn't so much of a concern. And they have cousins also that they basically were seeing almost every day, if I can say, all that stuff. So it wasn't even an issue that, oh my gosh, what do we do now? But I think it was just, moving to a smaller town, if I can say. It was like a bit daunting because in Pretoria there's so many things to do, there's so many places to go to, and so on. So I had to be even more intentional that I have friends that are in this age, that have kids this age group and so on, and we'll go to play park together, set up a play date on a, let's say, Friday morning, because some of them are actually homeschooling, Friday morning to say, let's hang out, let our kids play together, 2 hours of play, and us as mommies can just catch up, and so on. And that's basically how we've been doing it. And I think in 2022 my plan is to be more intentional, because I think, like I mentioned, that we are in children's ministry. So what we do is that to start a community club where kids come and they can actually have fun there and still learn the word of God, because that's our principle and so on. So that is one of our plan for 2022. But in a nutshell, our kids, they have cousins, they have friends. Like currently as we speak, a friend of mine is here in the house, her child is here also, they are playing. That's part of our socialization.
No, that's great. Like, I like that. I really like that, because another concern, especially for solo parents with only one child, is I like the idea of homeschooling, but for you, Tanda, your kids have each other. But if I only have one child, then who is my child going to play with? So I like that you're saying that we need to be intentional about it. Oh, we keep on losing Reba. I don't know if she can still hear me. So let me go through the comments while I wait for Reba. I see everyone waving. Hi, guys. Yes, Reba, we keep on losing
I
you.
don't know if my network is bad. Yeah, I think somehow my internet is not, when you do these things, then the internet decide, well,
the devil is a liar.
But he's a liar.
The devil is a liar.
Yeah.
Sorry, Reba. Sorry, I'm just making sure that people are outside. Sorry, guys, for this. Okay. Yes, Reba. I liked that you said you need to be intentional as a parent. Like I was saying, for solo parents, that if you plan, like you're saying, that your child can do activities. Like you're saying, your child is doing what? Ballet, and the other one?
Acrobats.
Oh, you see, so now they can interact with other kids their age, so they can get to make new friends there. And you can also use, like you're saying, in your circle of friends or people you might know, people from church, and then you can also have play dates, which is also a great idea. Also for just both families, getting to know each other, So I like that so much. Hi, guys. I see people waving here.
Hi, Heather. Heather is actually the friend that is here at my house on the other side.
Is it?
So
hi, Heather. You're doing an excellent job keeping the little ones occupied.
So, yeah.
Natasha is here. Mami Mula is here. Diva Cindy's. Amashle.
Hi, Cindy. Hi.
Lele to Mrs. Tuso. Oh, everyone, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Okay, Reba, let's move on now. Okay, I'll go back to the quotes because I really liked what you said. I'm gonna read it, right? You said, we started our homeschool journey in 2020. Although it has always been a consideration for us, I felt inadequate as I didn't have much information and I didn't know anyone close to us doing it. When I read that, I was like, this is so relevant to most of us. For me personally, it has always been a considerate, like like in your case, but I felt like I couldn't do it while I'm still working. So it was always that thing in my mind that I need to make a lot of money first, save up,
I always
and
thought
then
it's for the rich people.
exactly. Like you need to have money so that you can stay at home with your kids. So I never really pictured it happening while you're still working, you know. So what I like, you said, number one, you've always wanted to do this, but you felt inadequate. Why? Is it because of the qualification, if I may just ask? Or
Yeah, I think, you know, we grew up with a mindset that a person who teach kids should be a teacher. Right, you should have went to, you know, to study to be a degree for being a teacher. So for me, it was like, I'm not a teacher by profession. Yes, I've worked with kids for quite a number of years, but I'm not a teacher. You know, because we didn't grow up a time where, I mean, growing up, I didn't know any one of my peers that was being homeschooled, or any family that was homeschooling. So like I said, it was only for certain people, you know, that was the mindset.
Okay, we keep on losing Reba, but I think we're all getting what she's saying. Reba, we keep on losing you. Oh, I think we need to start praying.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
sorry,
pray.
but I think the
Pray.
network is really bad here. Please, Lord. So I think that was one of those things that you're thinking. We've just been conditioned to think homeschooling is, I mean, school, if you become teach kids, you have to be a professional teacher. You know, so that was what I thought was making me inadequate. And also the other thing was that which curriculum do you even use? Where do you go? Do you even register? Where do you go for homeschool? Because I still see that on Facebook. Some other moms or other moms who says, I want to homeschool, but where do I register? Who do I get in contact with? And I'm just like, I was there. You know, I was there. But now I'm like, relax, because I got such, I have to say, give credit to some of the moms that really came through for me. I mean, one of my Instagram, I met her on Instagram, but now she's a good friend, Clarinda. She was the one I reached out, and she was like, girl, I got you. You know, come see me. Here's books you can use for your kids since they're small. I used it for my kids when they were small. I mean, this lady, she didn't know me from anywhere except on Instagram. She lived in Pretoria, and she said, come to my house. I'll give you this I'll lend you these books to use. You know, a curriculum, a full American curriculum that I can borrow you, and you can use it as long as you need to use it. And then, so I was just like, so even me and my husband was talking about it, like, this lady, how does she not know that I would just run away with her books, you know, with all these things? But she believed that, you know, she wants to help other new homeschooling moms, and she was that person. And for that, I'm eternally grateful, because that helped. That was one of the things that really helped me to be like, I think I can do this. I think, and many other YouTube videos, you know. So that's where we actually started.
Wow, no, I like that because really online you can meet amazing people, and you can meet people who are passionate about what they do. It's like almost like a calling. Whatever that they're doing, that's like their mission on earth. You know, they are here to do this. So I like that, because you can meet amazing people online, on Instagram, on YouTube, everywhere, you know.
I've made good friends, you know. So it's really amazing. For me, it's a really amazing space. And yeah, you just make good friends. I mean, one of the ladies, she's even here, Dineo. She was also contacted me, I think sometime last year, asking me about homeschooling. Currently, as we speak, she started her homeschooling journey this year, and she's also a working mom. So you see how we build all these networks through, and it's amazing to actually learn from others. And it's more like an investment. You learn from others, and then you start teaching others. So it's all a journey. Yeah.
No, I like that. And you know, when I was introducing you at the beginning, I said we're sharing our personal experiences with the hope of helping someone, because I know what that means. Like, I understand, like you're saying, I also receive messages from other parents who want to homeschool. They're like, oh, where do I start? You know, like, you know, it can be so overwhelming just thinking about it. once you have thought about it and then you've made a decision that you want to do it, now you're like, okay, so where do I start? And also, I think as parents, we don't want to fail our kids. So we want to give them the best, we want to give them the best education, the best life experience. So now when you're thinking of a decision of homeschooling and you're like, I'm not even a teacher, like, what do I teach my child? How would I know what I'm teaching my child is enough for their age? And how would I even test my child? How would I know if my child now is in the next grade? All those things you don't know when you're getting started. But like you're saying, there are people here online, like right now, this platform, people can actually ask questions, and there's someone who's willing to answer, like you taking your time to sit down with us to share your experience, and we're having these talks. And just talking about curriculum and choosing curriculum, I will have a live where I will just focus on the curriculum, because I think there's so much. At some point I didn't know what was a curriculum. I was like, what is a curriculum? I was like, what are these people talking about?
Where do we get it? Can I join?
And I even searched on the Department of Education. I got that guide. I'm like, okay, so is this it? Do I run with this? Is this enough? So I will have a live stream where we will be talking about curriculum, how to choose a curriculum, and everything about choosing the right curriculum for you and for your family.
And then I think just while we're on that, the best advice I got when I started was like, don't invest so much in the beginning with the curriculum, right? Because I might spend thousands of money buying a curriculum, but it might not necessarily work on my kids. So the best advice was that wait, get to learn your kids, get to understand how their learning styles, and then you can start working on, getting all that stuff, because you spend thousands of money and then it's gonna just sit there in the shelf. That could have been money spent somewhere for a family, maybe a vacation that your kids can still learn from. Our vacations, we always say it's a learning activity. My husband always say, when we go and do this, it's part of our learning trips, school trips. And so
I think, but that's what I like about homeschooling. It changes your perspective. It's a way of life. Way of living, because you take every opportunity as a learning opportunity, because it is a learning opportunity. Okay, let's move on.
I like the crowd, by the way.
I thought, yes. Some ladies actually reminded me to wear the crown. So yes, guys, I have my tiara on today.
Sorry,
I remember
sorry.
Yes. You were just okay. So that was the part about you feeling inadequate, and then I think you've answered both. The part of you feeling inadequate and the part that you not knowing anyone. Of which I think for the Black community, a majority of us, it's most likely that we've never met a homeschooling family. That was the case with me until I searched online. Then I started meeting people. And right now I have a lot of homeschooling moms. I'm like, but before I started this journey, I didn't know anyone. And like say, when you put yourself out there wanting to learn from people, you will learn, but you also give back. So now there'll be people asking for information from you. And then that's how you get to build this beautiful community where we support each other as homeschooling families. Let's move on now. Okay. So this one I don't know if you've had experience of this or not. So if you haven't had experience, you don't have to share your personal experience. It can be something general. How do you handle negative criticism around homeschool matters?
I think it becomes how do you handle negativity in general, because that's where it starts, Like, I think when you start becoming in your 30s, you don't care too much about what people say. You do what works for you, right? And I think homeschooling, because of course I studied in my 30s, it was just like, well, that's your opinion. You got what you have a right to say what you want to say. But me and my family, we do what we want to do, right? So I don't take into, of course, sometimes some negative comments. It's like it, especially if it comes from people that loves you, that you feel they love you or you love, like family and so on, it stings a bit. But just for the fact that I've become more confident in how me and my husband, we lead our family. So it's just a thing of, this is what if me and Hubs are on the right track or agree, we're good to go. So negative comments, we don't deal with it. We just don't take it. We just put it on the side and move on.
Wow. I like that. I also like that you mentioned that you also gain the confidence, because the more you do it, you also get to understand it better and you can explain it better. Because when you're getting started, you're not sure yourself. I did a video a while ago, and I was just basically the things that I wish someone told me when I was getting started. And one of the points was notifying people. You can choose who you want to notify when you're getting started, and who you don't want to notify, because other people, that if you tell them that, oh, I took my kids out, we'll be homeschooling, they will come with the bombs of negative comments. So if you feel like you're not ready for that, if you feel like you're not ready for that, you don't have to tell them. You don't have to tell anyone, really. You can tell. Obviously you have to discuss it with your spouse and then the children as well, because you'll be homeschooling them, and you can tell whoever you feel comfortable telling at that time. And as you start doing it, as you continue doing it, you'll gain the confidence and you'll gain the knowledge, the know-how, basically, and you'll be able to respond to other people. Because another thing, Reba, other people have noticed that they will pass negative comments because they don't understand. It's not because they're being mean or bad people. It's simply because they don't understand the process. So they don't see your kids' life. Like, how are they going to go to varsity, for example? There was someone, a colleague of mine, and I know he said it from a good heart, but when I told him that I actually want to take my kids out of school one day at that time, because I didn't have the confidence to say I want to do it soon. So I was like, one day I want to do this. He was like, no, Tanda, you're working. You're a civil engineer. You can give your kids the best education. Why would you want to do that? Like now taking your kids out of school, you are actually denying them that opportunity to get the good education, of which I believe it's not true.
Yeah, and I think just to go back to that, when COVID started, for me, I realized that, wow, the first and foremost thing, for us, family has always been important, has always been a priority for that matter. So you realize that other things, noises around, don't matter except for what the family agrees on. Right, and what you do with your children, your first and foremost needs, your children needs, it's the family. It's not friends, it's not the neighbors, it's not school, it's not teachers from school, and I feel like your kids better. For example, I was just even talking to someone the other day that for my 4-year-old, my youngest daughter, if I have to put her in school now, it will be so difficult for her because of her the way the kind of person she is. It takes her time to actually feel comfortable in a space. But for my oldest daughter, she's like, mommy, she's very social and so on. And in fact, somebody was saying, but your child is very social, it's gonna depress her to be at home and all those things. Like, well, that's your opinion. So it's some of those things that you basically have to deal with. Take whatever. Sometimes you can learn from whatever is being said. Even if it's a negative comment, you can actually help you to think, oh, maybe the way I'm going about things, not changing your mind, but the way I'm going about things, I need to tweak in certain things. And you can check out everything else that doesn't really apply to you as a mom or as a homeschool family. So it's important. I feel like a lot of us needs to unlearn what we've been taught in the past about what homeschooling is, and learn new ways, that there are other ways that to be able to do things. It's not just this one way, and not even necessarily only about homeschool. Generally in life, there's certain things that I grew up knowing, and today I'm just like, that doesn't serve me any purpose in knowing that, So I have to now learn new ways and unlearn those old ways so that I can live a better life for myself and my family, So
I'm loving this, hey. Okay. Now, if you were to speak to, I say younger self, I don't really mean younger self, but if you were to speak to the old you when you were getting started with homeschooling, what would you tell yourself? After 3 years of doing this thing formally, so what would you say to Reba?
I think for me personally, because I always, like, I think I said that to you, that we started in 2020 and 2021 was our official year. So we officially homeschool for a year and a bit. I would definitely say relax, have fun with your kids, because I think I was more into ticking the boxes. Did we do our maths lesson? Yes. Did we do our Instagram? And then sometimes my oldest daughter, since she was the one we're doing most for, and she's very intelligent, but sometimes she was just getting tired. I don't want to do this today. And that was I would get offended, like, am I not a nice teacher? But she was just being a child, she was just being a child. And having to that, my child enjoys this. How about I also do what she enjoys? It's not just about what we need to get done, but also it's about having fun. It's about, now she do ballet, she loves ballet, and I'm like, it's one of the things she loves. What is it? What else does she want to learn? She wants to learn music. Like, where can we get music lessons? Things that will help them to grow into enjoying what they want to do in the future. So yeah.
No, thanks, Reba. I like that. I think I'm liking this session. You can go on for hours, hey?
Yeah.
Now, Reba, if you were to speak to your kids now, like you're saying, when you're getting started, you had your own ideas of how things should be done. And now, if you were to go back and speak to your kids, what would you tell them? Especially, I think, in your response, just maybe bearing in mind that you said they were at nursery before you took them out, right? So bearing in mind that they've been in that environment and now you're now taking them to be at home, what did you say to them?
Well, we did actually sit with them and talk to them about homeschool. So some of the things we're explaining to them, okay, I think it was more of why we want to do it, why we want to homeschool. So one of the things was that, as kids, they learn differently, right? Yeah. So putting them in a school, they're going to have to learn like everybody else learns. And they're going to have to be on everybody else's cue. Meaning, if there's a child that is faster, understand things faster, they're going to have to be on that child's cue. And if there's a child that learns much slower, they're going to have to be in that child's queue, right? So for me, it was just that we want them to be able to learn at their own pace, to be able to do things that brings joy into their lives, not tolerate. I feel like children shouldn't be just tolerating school. It shouldn't be just a thing of, okay, we got it done, we went to school, okay, fine. It should be enjoyment. They should wake up and want to be part of that day or that time in their school.
Yeah, I like that. We see you guys. Hi, Queens. Kathy is waving. Deneo is agreeing. I can't remember Deneo agreeing to what, but I think she's agreeing to it.
We were talking about.
Okay, we're losing Reba. Lizzie's waving. Hi, Lizzie. Cass. Hi, Cass. Who else am I missing? Tapa Mohlala. Hi, she's waving. Zipozake is waving. Nwabisa, hi sis. Ingrid, hi. Dogo, hello. Our Cape Town adventures. Is that a question? Oh, it seems like I've lost Reba, but let me continue with the comments. I'm gonna try invite her just now. Our Cape Town adventures, it is a very supportive community. I think you're referring to the Instagram community or the online community. It's very Very supportive. I agree with you. I've met amazing ladies here, like Reba. We met online, and she's amazing. I've learned a lot from her, and today she's sharing with us her experience basically with home education. Zoonomics. She's laughing. I can't remember. Sis, what are you laughing at? Dineo. Oh yes, I think these comments are old, guys. Forgive me. I see you all. Pindile. Hi. Dineo. Growing seeds. Lerato. Hita. Everyone. Bote gang forever. Everyone, guys, I see you. I think we almost done with Reba. Let me try and invite her. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done, but I just want Reba to wrap up. We're having network. I think she's having network issues, but we're talking about a very interesting topic today. About homeschool socialization. Basically, how do homeschooled kids socialize? And most people are very concerned about that. Bella and Boys joined. And Dogozo, I'm so interested in knowing more on curriculum. Dogozo, I've noted your question. I think you also sent me, but I'm noting them. And okay, guys, I'm failing to, I don't know, Reba. I'm failing to go live with her because I wanted her to wrap up. Okay. Okay, here's another one. Dineo. Oh, sorry, I was Dogozo. Curriculum. I've noted questions about the curriculum. Where do you start? How do you choose it? All of that, you know, and we're going to have a live where we will answer it in detail because it won't be possible to mix everything. But from what Reba has said here, she said, don't rush. I know when you're starting, you're rushing, you want to buy the best curriculum in the market or the most expensive curriculum or whatever the case might be. So just don't rush in buying the curriculum, but we will unpack the topic in detail in the future lives. And then Dineo is saying, I was agreeing to choosing when you choose, who to tell and when. Yes. And when to tell. Because, wow, family or friends can be very negative. The homeschooling community here on Instagram is amazing. Dineo, I agree 100% when it comes to choosing the people you want to tell at the beginning. You know, because you don't need unnecessary stress. You're already frustrated. You're already stressed that you were taking your kids out of school and you'll be homeschooling them. So if you feel like you're not ready to tell the world, rather don't tell the world until you feel like you are ready. Then you can tell the world. So I agree with you, Dineo, 100%. Yes, and there are also amazing homeschooling moms here on Instagram. Like, last week, we were doing a challenge with some of the homeschooling moms here in South Africa, and I met a lot of amazing women, you know, who are doing so well with their families, basically, when it comes to home education. Dogos is saying, okay, Reba, you are back.
Hi, sorry about that. Yeah,
it's
the
all
network
right.
today, it's so terrible.
No, you know, when you have to do these things, everything starts working against you. Dogos are so beautiful, ladies. Thanks for this platform. Thank you so much, sis. Yeah, I think we're almost done. I just wanted you to wrap up. Wow. Okay, we're having so much fun, guys. It's taking a while, right? Okay. It's the second last one.
Okay.
If you were to speak to a parent now who's at the crossroads, you know, you're not sure, should I take my kids to school or must I homeschool? Or maybe your kids are already at school, so they're not sure if they must take their kids out of school and homeschool them. What would you say to that person?
I think the first thing would be why. What is your why? You know, if you're considering your homeschooling, there must be a reason for you to have considered that. Any decision with life, there must have been a reason for you to consider that. So I think your why should actually be a defining factor for you in terms of, let's say you see your child is struggling, is being bullied, and you are able to homeschool. I think you should go for it, you know. And the thing is, like, I think it was related to the first question we had: where do you start? Or when should you start? There's not a perfect time to start, and I think you covered that in one of your reels, that about starting. You know, you're queen of reels now, so they always make me laugh. So I think the main thing is the main thing is that why do you want to do it? Why do you want to homeschool? And your why should be the thing that sustains you throughout the year of your homeschooling, or throughout the decision making of your life. I mean, me and Dinelle, we have this conversation all the time. Thank you, Dini. I love your beautiful smiles, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dineo, Reba, and the internet. You know, the devil is a liar, hey? He's trying to disturb this life. But thank you so much, Dineo.
So your why should basically define you when you come to making that decision to homeschool, because it doesn't. It's not an easy journey. Sometimes you'll be like, should I really still continue with this?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? And your why will be the thing that sustains you throughout that decision.
I like that. And also, like you're saying, your why, not Reba's why, not Tanda's why, because my why is not your why and can be not someone else's why. You can draw inspiration from certain people, but you can't really take a decision. You know, as a parent, God has given you that responsibility to raise your child. So I cannot then go and copy Reba said, her why is this, then I'm making that my why. So I like what you're saying, that you need to know your why first before you take that decision. It's not a copy and paste
kind of thing.
No, unfortunately. As difficult as it is, it's not a copy and paste, and it doesn't have a memo. So it's difficult, hey. Okay, so you touched really, because there was that question time, when do you start? When I don't know when she's asking when do you start, as in when, how old the child, or when?
Yeah, I wasn't sure also. Yes. But maybe she can just put a text there, or just to say when do you start, and like what specifications.
Yes, because if maybe she's asking about, like, can I start in March? The answer is yes, you can.
Definitely. Can I start in September?
Yes, you can. And if she's asking when, like how old the child needs to be to start educating, I think a child as soon as they are born, because kids are learning and they are developing as soon as they are born. They learn new skills every day. So the way you homeschool a 1-year-old cannot be the same way as you homeschool a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old. So you can start as soon as you can, as soon as you want to start, really.
And come to think of it, somebody was saying that one time, and it made me like, wow, okay, then I'm able to do this. They say that you are the one person that knows your kids best, meaning you are your first child's educator, if I can put it those words. Because the moment the kids start saying, you say mama, they start to say mama, say this is how you speak, this is how you do this. So a child start learning at that time, because you are teaching them all those things. By the time they go to an actual school, like let's not even talk about preschool, by the time they go to grade R or grade 1, there's already a lot of certain things that you've taught them there. And it's not only about academics, it can be in terms of how to clean their room. That's part of teaching as homeschooling, how to take care of their toys, you know, all those things. When we eat in this family, once you're done, you take your plate to the sink in the kitchen. That's part of educating your child. So it's that as soon as you start thinking, this person can hear me, you know. So
definitely definitely, I like that. And you know, those things, that's why I'm a big fan of house chores, because those things are so important when it comes to the development of a child, you know. There are so many skills that your child needs to learn, the fine motor skills and the gross motor skills, and they can learn and practice those skills doing chores, washing dishes, teaching them patience. It will be teaching them how to pay attention to detail, and it will teach them about different materials, like this is glass, this is plastic, so they can learn a lot of things by just allowing them to do chores. So I like what you're saying, that it's not only about the curriculum, it's not only about the sit down work, let's write maths and science, but there are a lot of opportunities that you as a parent can use to teach your kids. Okay, Reba, I think we've come to the end. I don't want to end this. Let me check. Maybe I missed something.
Yeah, but if there's a question out there, like Ntokozo say, thank you for mentioning you can start any month of the year. I thought I was late because the year has begun. Mommy, you are never late.
Oh,
it's never late.
Never.
I mean, we haven't even started our 2022 homeschool year. We're starting tomorrow. So you can imagine, like, you are not late. You're
never late. And that's what we like and talk also about homeschooling. It's very flexible. You can start, maybe let's say you start in Feb, right? And then you teach in Feb, and then you happen to take a vacation that is longer, maybe in March, and then you can continue. You don't have to follow the school's timetable that they opened last week Wednesday, so I must also open. So you're never too late. You're right. Hello, hi, Mommy Feminist is waving, and the footy is waving. Hi, guys.
She's one of the amazing Mommy Feminists. How you are awesome, Mommy. I learn a lot from her. Also, just as a conscious mom, she's amazing.
Yeah, all these that are joining, guys, you are amazing. Like, I always hear people saying they get anxieties from going through their feeds on Instagram. On my feed, I don't. I get inspiration. I learn. You understand?
I look forward to going on my feed.
The people I have, they motivate me, and they always positive. So, Reba, I think we've come to an end. But before I let you go, please tell us, where are you sharing? I know you just shared with us on this platform, but where are you sharing your journey? Are you sharing anywhere? Are you documenting somewhere? And we want to follow you. We want to subscribe to your channel. We want to do everything. We want to stalk you.
Wow. Okay. I think most of the things I show on Instagram, Reba_Jardine. And then I have a YouTube channel, which I haven't posted. I'm actually embarrassed to say I have a YouTube channel because for some personal reasons I stopped sharing, but it's also part of being intentional because I felt overwhelmed. So I needed to take a break. I haven't stopped it. I took a break, and I felt I needed to come back to the crossroads, like, Lord, where are you leading me? Where do you, all these things. So but also you can check my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. So maybe that will motivate me to actually.
Yes. People, please go subscribe. What's the name of your channel?
It's also Reba Jardine.
Reba Jardine. And is it linked to your profile on Instagram?
I don't know.
No. Okay. But anyway.
But if you check Reba Jardine, it's there. So
you'll find her. Please, guys, go follow her. She's amazing. And follow her on Instagram if you're not following her already. And then just show her some love. I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate your time, Reba. It's been amazing. I enjoyed this. I didn't even think we'll go for this long, but I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy this as much. And I hope that someone can learn something from this, and someone can take inspiration from this, and someone can learn from our mistakes, maybe, because we mentioned something like, oh, you thought that, you did that, we hope that someone can be inspired to be a better version of themselves, and also to help, as a parent, to grow their children to be what God has called them to be. So we really hope you will receive this very well. I'm going to save this live. I started last time with posting it on IGTV. So I will save this live, and then I will post it on my YouTube channel. I am Tanda Klaba on YouTube. You can follow me on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. this account,
Yeah.
and then it's Tanda_Mrs_X, and then on Facebook I'm Tanda Klaba, on TikTok I'm Tanda Klaba, on Twitter I'm Tanda Klaba1, but I'm not really using Twitter, so you can follow.
And I don't know if can I just say something? I just feel like I should just say this to other moms, because there might be other parents or moms that are here and they're not homeschooling, but homeschooling is not for everyone, right? I think that's one of the things that we need to understand. The main important thing is that the way you interact with your children, the relationship you build with your children. So sometimes I feel like people might think, as a homeschooling mom, wow, I'm not doing what they're doing. I don't spend 24/7 with my kids, therefore I'm not a good mom. You are doing your best. Your best is good enough for your children, and my best is good enough for my children. So the main important thing, build relationship with your kids, love your kids, listen to your kids, pay attention, and be involved, because I feel like we were just sometimes have this notion that, oh, I have a nanny who takes care of my kids during the day and so on. But what a child needs is the parents' love. And if you are doing that, whether you're homeschooling or not, that is good enough. So I just felt to say that.
Yeah, no, I like that. And there are so many other moms who are not homeschooling but still following our journey.
They're doing amazing. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just going through the comments before we close. Thank you so much, guys. I see you all waving. Bopelo is waving. Mami Feminist waving. Togozo, thank you for mentioning you can start. Oh, okay, I read that. Okay, I think I've read all the comments. Guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much, Reba. Thank you so much for...
Thank you for having me.
And guys, it's been amazing. The crown is shining. Okay, so... Okay, guys, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye, Reba. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.